Family of 7. There's my husband Jason, myself. We have a blended family of 5 children. There's Taylor, Brianna, Manuel, Kaylee, and Jaxon. Jackson's the youngest. Jaxon was 2.5 when he was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia on July 2nd, 2014. 2 weeks prior to Jackson's diagnosis, we were on vacation with some friends.
Well, initially, at the beach, the first thing we noticed is his color wasn't really right, Didn't really think a lot of it, And then that night, he actually got sick, Again, kids get sick, that's part of it.
The next evening, we were headed down to the beach to take some pictures. And on the way down, I was taking pictures of Jaxon, and I just had this overwhelming feeling of sadness come over me because I had a vision that Jaxon was going on a journey and I couldn't go with him, and I started to cry.
Michelle was really worried about it, more so than normal. So the next day we made the decision to go ahead and come home.
My husband took him to the pediatrician and they did some tests, and I was working at the time when I got the call from my husband. He said, "We're on our way to Children's," and I asked him why, and he didn't answer. And at that moment, my heart sank.
When the doctor tells you, that they're going to test your son for leukemia, I got hit with a ton of bricks. As a parent, watching your child go through this, it's, it's different. It's different phases of reaction, and emotion of what you go through. Overall, especially in the beginning, it's helplessness. Any problem your child has, it's my job as dad to fix it, and this is one I couldn't fix.
I feel like you've been swooped up into a tornado, and then once you get the diagnosis, it's like you've just been dropped. And at the same time, you're relieved because you know that there's a protocol in place, that the prognosis is good.
My expectations in the beginning are nowhere near the reality of his situation. I expected the kid that was always tired, sick, nauseous, that kind of thing. And luckily with him, we haven't really had a lot of that to deal with. He's still a ball of energy, still running, playing, doing all the things that a normal kid does, unfortunately within the confines of the house. With the lowered immune system and all that, we don't get to go, we don't get to go to the park, to the mall, to the movies. So the biggest change for him is, I guess, the confinement of having to stay at home all the time and avoid public interaction.
Jaxon has been in treatment for 7 months. He's responding excellent. He is almost to the maintenance phase, which we're really looking forward to because we'll get to take him out to do things. He'll get to go swimming and have a summer that he didn't get to have last year.
For Jackson's future, I see a bright future. He, as of right now, he's going through more than any 2 or 3-year-old should. If he can get through this, he can get through anything in life. He could look at someone and say, "I beat cancer when I was 3, what did you do?" I think it's going to breed a lot of character in him. I think he's going to be a stronger person for this, on the other side.
Our hope in sharing Jaxon's story is that people can see that he isn't being knocked down by this, that he is still the same lively little boy that he's always been, and this cancer isn't going to get the best of him.